Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video, what I wanted to show was my official profit and loss chart. And so you see on my monthly updates, you can see my day after day, week after week movements in my stock portfolio, and we compare my performance to the S&P 500 and the other indexes, and we also compare my portfolio to the personal goals that I've set to reach $1 million in my stock portfolio by the age of 40. Now looking at this on my computer screen, you can see, you guys have seen this before. This is my year-over-year goal to get by the age of 40 to $1 million. My month-over-month goals, you've seen these before. This is nothing new to you, and you've seen my portfolio. But what I wanted to show in this video was my real profit and loss chart and go over my positions that I've closed so far in 2021. We still have about 2.5 months or so left of this year, and we'll probably give an update at the end of the year. But for now, I wanted to go ahead and give an update for where I'm at so far. Now, first off, looking at my portfolio with my open positions, the one that I still have open, now remember, these are the ones that you will not see because all of these are still open and they have not been closed yet. We have some winners. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 winners. The biggest one being Clean Spark, we're up 1,000, up about $800 on a covered call for Corsair Gaming. We're up about $200 or so on our iRobot shares, also $95 on an iRobot call. The Clean Spark, not only are we up on 1,000 on shares, but we're up $77 so far on a covered call. And then a Chewy call, we are up $6.65, big gain, whoop whoop. And then we have 3 major losses. The biggest loss of all is the one that I just doubled down on. If you just watched my video, I doubled down on my position and now own 200 shares of Chewy, and it's my largest position, and I am down $1,600 or about 11% on that stock. I am down $1,000 on Corsair Gaming, or about 7%, and then I'm down $740 or about 12% on Tattooed Chef. So overall, adding these up, my losses so far currently, these are unrealized. I do have some unrealized losses, and I am not planning on selling most of those shares anytime soon. Corsair Gaming, we're already locked in for the next year. Not saying that anytime soon. I am not going to sell at these prices. I am going to potentially sell those for a big profit, hopefully. And the same thing for Chewy. I'm looking at 1, 2, 3 years out before I sell those shares. So whether that's green or in the red, these numbers really don't matter anytime soon. And the same thing even for the gainers, even for the wins. Even for Clean Spark, I'm up 1,000 on it. I'm not taking profit. And that's why these profit and loss charts for the actual closed positions are so important. And so let's go ahead and take a look at that. Now you can see my realized gain so far for the year has been $2,184, and my realized losses has been $1,018, totaling a net gain of $1,166, and these are all the positions. Now don't worry, we're going to go through one by one each and every one of these, why I did them, what my reasoning behind them was, and if you haven't checked out the stuff down below in the description, links to Yada savings accounts, credit card referrals, Robinhood, Webull, M1 Finance, get up to $50 if you get signed up with M1 Finance, all that stuff down below, check it out, you'd help support me and my channel. So thank you guys for watching, and let's go ahead and get started with my real closed positions, and let's go ahead and start with the month over month chart. The month that I moved over to Fidelity, I believe it was August 3rd. On the month of August, we had $329 worth of net losses. And then the next month, following in September, we had $454 worth of net gain. And then so far in October, we are off to a really, really good start for closed positions at $1,040 worth of net gains for closed position, once again totaling that $1166. Now we're going to sort line by line in terms of the ticker symbol. And let's actually go ahead and zoom in, that way we can get a little closer. So first off, with Chewy, we have 3 with Chewy, 3 positions that we've closed so far. None of these are shares, they're all options contracts. And pretty much for every single one of them, we have 1 covered call, which was this one, the $95 covered call a month out. We made $100 just to hold our Chewy shares and essentially do nothing. We just sold those for $101 and waited, and that eventually closed out for a $100 profit. Next up, these next 2 are actually call buys. When the stock dipped to its all-time low, I bought some calls. I just held them for a very short time period, for actually just a couple hours, sold them later for almost $500 profit, netting me $491. And then we also had one more call buy that we did, which that netted $47. So just once again, another short. I think once again that was held like another hour or two. A huge down day. I believe it was down like 6% on the day on no news whatsoever. Bought the call, held it for an hour or two, sold for 47 profit. Just an easy, quick $47, nothing big. We only have one trade for CleanSpark, and that's the one that I'm up on a lot right now. It was a $10 put that I sold, and I actually sold it on the very bottom. The day that it was down, like I think it was 15% down or something crazy. Actually, yeah, it says it there, minus 15.15% towards the top. You can see that down day. I sold it right towards the bottom, right around, I think it was around $11. And then 3 or 4 days later, once it started to spike up, those puts started to go down and down in value. And then I bought them back, netting me about 90 bucks. So that was the only trade I made so far. CleanSpark, I do have some covered calls going out to January, 3 months out. Those should net me a couple $100, I think around 400, but we'll see how that turns out. Next up, we have multiple transactions with Corsair Gaming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different transactions with Corsair Gaming. We have all but one of them being profitable. One of them was a tiny little teeny loss, $4 in the negative. Not even really enough to really move the needle whatsoever. And then the rest of these, all of them but one, are actually call buys. The only one that's a covered call is this first one, which is a 37.5 call. The first month that I bought Corsair Gaming, I sold a 37.5 covered call, and all I had to do was hold those shares for a month, and I netted $156. Now the next of these are multiple trades on big red days. If Corsair Gaming goes down 10% in a week or 5% in a day or big moves like that, I'll potentially look at buying some leaps, some long-term calls, and then sell them hopefully for a profit shortly after. And you can see multiple times I've done this and it has turned out good so far. And I'm not saying that this is my main strategy. It's not even close. I mean, we're talking about a couple $1,000s betting against these in a tens of thousands of dollar portfolio. Currently we sit about 32 grand. And so these are little teeny tiny bets to help improve my profit and loss chart over time, because so far we've had some success doing this. But yeah, overall with Corsair Gaming, multiple call buys, one call sell, and then just one of them being a teeny tiny little unprofitable trade. First loss we've seen so far. And then next up, we only had one trade with Las Vegas Sands. The reason I did this when I first moved over my portfolio, I didn't want my portfolio sitting a bulk amount in cash so far, and I had to find something to start selling puts on. And Las Vegas Sands was at a huge dip, and we just netted just a teeny tiny little loss of gain, I say, a $3 little gain. Not very big at all, but just a little quick dollar. But anyways, we have next up we have Rocket. This was actually just a couple days ago, just this past week. We have two of them being in the green, one of them being in the red. I sold a covered call of $17 on 100 shares that I bought. I closed it out early, just after a couple days, for $16 profit. And then I actually closed a day after these next calls that I sold for a loss, because I wanted to sell my shares because I needed capital to invest in Chewy. So nothing was wrong with Rocket. The story has not changed. I'm actually curious to see what the stock has even done since it. Oh wow, look at that. Isn't that always how it works? Right after I end up selling my shares, you know, it has huge green days after that. But that's the stock market for you, of course. But anyways, doesn't matter. That's besides the point. Doesn't matter. I don't have FOMO. I don't want to get affected by seeing the stock price. I didn't even know that till just now. But that's okay. We still made a little bit on the covered call, a couple bucks, and then we still made about $68 worth of the shares that we sold for selling them at a higher price. More importantly, I see more upside potential in Chewy. I could be right, I could be wrong. Maybe Rocket outperforms Chewy long term, but I am more confident in Chewy than Rocket. And so even if Rocket double in share price tomorrow, I still came out with a green number, and more importantly, I'm invested in something I'm more confident in. I can sleep well at night knowing that. Next up, we have Smile Direct Club. Only one trade with Smile Direct Club, netted an $83 loss. Once again, same thing with Las Vegas Sands. When I first got it started, I was trying to look for stocks to sell puts on. I should have held this because it would have probably netted in the green, because it's went up since then. But Smile Direct Club, just a quick little trade, did go south. I needed to close out to invest in my bigger stocks like Corsair Gaming and Chewy, and so I had to close for a loss. $83 loss, not very good. Next up, we have Tattooed Chef. We have 4 different trades with Tattooed Chef, and you can see that one of them is very unprofitable, and then the rest are profitable. One of them was a small put sell that I did. When it dipped down after the big earnings call, I sold for a tiny gain. Next up, we have some call sells and call buys. For the call sales, we made $122 selling it. That first month that I held Tattooed Chef, just held those, waited a month, and collected $100. Next up, we have some call buys. I made $200, and then some more call buys. I bought some calls right before it started to dip further, and I did close those out for a loss. Not very good at all, bad trade. The good news is we're still net profitable for Tattooed Chef by a pretty decent amount, because $236 worth of losses, and then we're looking at about roughly $330 worth of gain, so about $100 net gain roughly for Tattooed Chef. Now for Wish, this is the only real stock that I had so far this year since moving to Fidelity that was just brutal, and it didn't work bad. What I did is that I sold some puts. Let's go ahead and let's pull up Wish chart. So what I did is I sold some puts right before the crash, okay? Literally a couple minutes before the close, I saw the massive IV spike before earnings happened. And I was like, you know what? I was like, how bad can the earnings be? Stupid move, and this shows the mistakes that you can make as an investor. Now, I like to try to stay as disciplined as possible, but like everyone, I make mistakes. This is one of those mistakes, and I'm glad that it happened. These learning experiences, like these $500+ losses, is what teach you what's important as an investor. Going into this, looking back at it now, even selling them, I know that it's stupid. Like, it was a dumb move. I didn't have a whole lot of DD done on Wish, and I was just trying to make a quick buck, just trying to earn some quick profit. And that's what happens when you act stupid. When you don't do your research and you just make a quick trade. That's when I had $30,000 in cash sitting in my Fidelity portfolio, and I just had the urgency that, I need to hurry up and invest this. This money's just wasting away sitting here, and I just made a dumb trade. There you go. That nets you $577 loss trade. I had two of the others netted a teeny tiny profit, but whatever, you get the point. A $500 loss. But you can see overall from all this, if we zoom out here, let's go ahead and sort by gain and loss, and you can see the profitable versus unprofitable trade, and we can zoom out to the regular zoom. You can see now overall, looking at this chart, the losses versus profitable trades is not even close. We have let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 profitable trades, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unprofitable trades. And you can see, while there is one or two of those really sharp negative moves in the stocks trade that I had, you can see overall the consistent, slow and steady profitable trades over time really start to add up, netting me that $1,100 profitable move. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys got some insight to the profits that I've actually closed and put in the books. And I hope you guys got some more insight and got to see what a real life and a stock market investor looks like. But check out those links down below in the description. Sign-ups to Robinhood, Webull, M1 Finance, Yada savings accounts, credit card referrals, all that stuff. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.